welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be something a little bit different. It's something I've been doing for the past couple of weeks now. I've actually had this list on my phone, so if you guys can see in the thumbnail, today we're going to be talking about looking for the perfect shade of foundation. Because as someone who was fairly new a couple of years ago to makeup, had the biggest struggle looking for the best shade to match me, complement my skin tone, to complement my skin texture, to complement especially the undertones, you know, all of it. It's one of the hardest things to match, to be quite honest. I know a lot of beauty YouTubers who have been here forever also still struggle trying to find their perfect match, but if we can find something that can help us pick our perfect match, why not, right? So I found this thing. I don't remember how I came across it because that's how long it's been since I've known about it. It's called Findation. So if you literally go onto Google, and then I'll leave something for you guys to see on here. If you literally go onto Google and you type in Findation, it'll be like the first thing, second thing that you see on your Google search. You click on that and then you enter 2 shades of foundations that you thought were your most perfect match. It could be from the same foundation, it could be from a different foundation, which I mean, obviously I think from 2 different foundations it's probably best. And then off of those 2 that you've already previously loved and, you know, maybe are your holy grails, it'll give you a list of all these different brands. I mean, a lot of different brands. It's a pretty decent list of different foundations that would fit for your shade range according to your already current favorites. So I wanted to put this to the test. So I ended up buying 3 foundations, 2 that are affordable, 1 that is high-end because, you know, your girl is on a budget and I couldn't afford to just keep buying foundations. But I definitely am going to continue to get stuff off of this list slowly but surely, and then probably give you guys an update on my blog. If you guys haven't already followed it, it'll be linked down below. But I did purchase 3 foundations. 2 of them I've actually already used in the past. I just wanted to repurchase them, but I picked them in the shades that the list recommended. So this is how that go, and I'll go ahead and cut into picking those foundations up. Hey beauties, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to end up posting this or not, but I am here at Ulta Beauty and I'm getting ready to purchase a new... Sorry, let's put this because the car's vibrating. I'm driving my husband's car and it's a little old. Literally his original car. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to post this. I'm here because I'm going to purchase my face cream, and I'm thinking about selecting a foundation. By this point, I'm pretty sure I would have done my intro, outro stuff, basically letting you know the type of video that I was trying to do. So if I do purchase one, this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to go in, I'm going to look and pick from the list. I'm going to go with an affordable foundation, hopefully with Wet n Wild is what I'm thinking of, because I've loved that foundation and I haven't used it since then. And then this is with my phone. I know the camera's here, but I keep looking here because that's where the monitor's at. So yeah, let's go in and see. Okay you guys, so I found it. Here are the Wet n Wild, and according to the email, let's see, I am in Golden Beige, which is this one right here. So I'm going to take that and then we'll test that out. Okay, so while I'm here, these are the 2 I'm picking up. Fit Me, Dewy, and the Wet n Wild. Okay, so the first one that I ended up trying was the Wet n Wild one. Originally, I think with the Wet n Wild, I had used Warm Beige, and this one's the shade right underneath it, I believe. So I was a little bit surprised because when I had used the other shade of the Wet n Wild foundation, it was a little too light for me. If I have any clips, I'll try to put it in here where it just like looked like it kind of washed out my face, especially with the ring light. So I decided to get a different shade, but the list had told me to pick a shade lighter, and this is how that went. It doesn't look bad. I could definitely work with it. I'm going to do a comparison outside too with natural light. So if we turn off the ring light, this is what it looks like with just the room lighting, with my vanity lighting and the room light. So it doesn't look bad. We'll see. Okay, so I wanted to do a car check-in because this is natural lighting. So I feel like my face looks pretty good actually. I don't think that, I know it's an ugly face, but I don't know. I feel like the foundation's actually not that bad of a match. For me, it was looking like, sorry, I'm gonna see in the mirror, like it was kind of light, but now looking at it, and then obviously I did blend it down just in case. Now looking at it, I think that's actually a pretty decent match. I don't know, maybe I was just using the wrong undertone, because I had the shade above this one that I'm wearing right now, and I thought that it was too light, but maybe it was just the wrong undertone. Because this one looks good, I think, in natural lighting. I think with my ring light, it did kind of wash me out a little bit, and it looked like it didn't match. But right now, looking at it, I feel like it looks really good. And then obviously, I do have bronzer and blush and all that on, but still, overall, I think the match is pretty good. So for the Wet n Wild one, I'm going to go ahead and say that yes, it is a match. And yeah, I would say yes. I mean, it's not full coverage though. I could definitely still see like some of my pigmentation and stuff here. In some areas, like I dyed my hair, so I could kind of see like where the marks are for when I dyed my hair. So I mean, it's definitely not full coverage. It's a little bit harder when you do a full coverage foundation because it is full coverage. So that one really does need to match. It needs to be the right undertone and everything. So once I pick up my full coverage foundation off of that list, we'll go from there. But so far, the Wet n Wild is a match based off of the list that, Findation gave me. So I would give this one a thumbs up. So I did record myself applying the foundation. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad, at least to me. I'll probably have to see when I'm looking back at the footage myself as I'm editing this video. But as I wore it out throughout the day, I felt like it was actually a pretty decent match. So I'd have to say that for the Wet n Wild one, I think it is a pretty good match. I did try out all these foundations for a couple
of days to see if I got any. Sorry, my eyes itchy. Does anyone else have allergy eyes where your eyes just get itchy and just want to scratch them? Just scratch them? Well, that is me.
Anyways, so I did try out these foundations for a couple of days for work and stuff like that, and I never heard anything that like my foundation didn't match. If anything, I did actually get some compliments from some people. Some people, I guess they'll call them customers. Technically, they're patients. I do work as a receptionist for a clinic, although I can't say where. Anyways, the next foundation that I had tried was the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is in Dewy and Smooth, the one that I picked out. This I've actually used before too, and this is actually the shade that I used to use. Again, another foundation that I felt was a little light just because of the footage that I would normally see doing YouTube here, and I think a couple of pictures. And I did have to build up quite a bit for this for you guys kind of to see the application and see if maybe because this isn't full coverage, if anything this is light to medium coverage. So I didn't get too much coverage using this foundation, but it's okay because with this foundation I do like it for everyday use. So I did build up the foundation, and you guys will see in the video that I filmed for you today showing me applying this foundation and building it up, and I think it's a pretty decent match. I did show you guys that foundations in different lighting. I believe I did the same thing with the Wet n Wild. The Wet n Wild one I had filmed a while before. Today I did the Fenty and the Fit Me foundation. So I showed you in 3 different lightings. I showed you in the lighting from the house, like things that I have from my vanity, and the light in the room. I showed you the lighting in natural lighting, and then also the lighting with my ring light, which is supposed to make your makeup look better. But I think overall in all 3 lightings, for the most part, the foundation was pretty good. The last foundation that I picked up was the Fenty Beauty Foundation Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. That's what this looks like here. This packaging though, I die for this packaging. It's so pretty. I'm still not entirely sold on it, to be quite honest, because it is a soft matte. It's more matte on me than anything, and that's actually what I have on right now, and I think it looks really pretty. But I have to pair this up with a really hydrating primer and really hydrate my face in order for this to look nice on me. I'm hitting 30 this year, so I feel like my skin just needs that little glow for it to look really nice. I haven't been having a good skin year so far, you guys. So your girl needs some help. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking about whether or not I want to keep it or return it and try another foundation. I was in between this foundation and the Estee Lauder, but I did a poll on Instagram. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram and you want to be involved in my videos and stuff, go ahead and follow me. That's going to be also linked down below. But I did a poll on Instagram on whether or not I should get this one or the Estee Lauder. I feel like maybe I want to try the Estee Lauder, but we'll see. If I like it with at least this primer, because the primer that I have is a really illuminating, so if you kind of see like a little underneath shine, that's what it is. It's the primer. I really like that primer. But yeah, so far as the shade, the thing told me to get, where are you? Oh, here it is. Okay, so the list told me to get the shade in 290 for the Fenty Beauty. And that one, I believe, said that it was olive undertones. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look it up. Okay, yeah. So it says that 290 is for medium to the shade 290 is for medium to tan skin with warm olive undertones. Now, I don't believe that I have olive undertones, but as you guys can see, this is what I'm currently wearing. And I did also film a clip when I applied the foundation on, and then I also showed it in 3 different lightings. Like I said, I think it's a pretty decent match. I mean, I feel like my neck and my chest are kind of different colors, and my neck does get more sun than my chest, because typically this area is covered up. I really only go out for work, and that is a collared shirt. Okay, so natural lighting check-in. So this is today's makeup. I am currently wearing the Fenty Beauty Foundation, the soft matte. This is what it looks like. At first application, I don't think that it looked like a natural, it didn't look like a good match. But now looking at it, again, I'll pull down my mirror, I feel like it is a pretty decent match. I do always just blend it down to my neck, so if there's a differential in color, that is why. So we will see. We'll see. Right now, I'm really liking it. It looks pretty, so we'll see. That I do wear, so yeah. Oh, and if you hear noises in the background, that's because my munchkin is here. My daughter is in here playing pretties as well, so that's what that is. But yeah, overall, the 3 foundations that I did pick from this, I feel like were a pretty decent match, are definitely foundations that I could use. I'm pretty happy that I did this experiment. So if you're someone who's having trouble with finding the perfect shade of foundation, or having trouble finding undertones, but maybe you already have 1 or 2 that you already love and use, then this might be worth a shot. Because I know one of my friends at work had told me when she looked over the list that some of the shades of the foundations would be too dark for me, but I didn't pick those up, so I don't really know. Like I said, I would have to keep kind of picking foundations from there and see if those shades work for me. But so far, the 3 that I have, I think are a pretty decent match. They're not spot on. It's really hard to try to find my type of foundation. I feel like I have a mixture of undertones. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I feel like I'm kind of yellowy sometimes. I'm kind of red, like pink sometimes, but who knows. So yeah, man, so far I'm pretty impressed with the shades that it recommended me, especially because one of them was already a shade that I was actually using in the brand that it told me to get from. But the other ones that I did try are also too, like, I thought a pretty good match, as you guys will see in the footage. You guys let me know what you guys thought. Do you guys think that the shades matched me pretty well? If you did, go ahead and leave me some comments down below. If not, go ahead and leave me recommendations on what you guys think. I'm learning too, you guys, as far as like makeup goes. I'm not a professional. I'm a makeup enthusiast. So makeup makes me happy. I collect it. I buy it. I'm like a little girl getting candy at the candy shop. So I don't know. I feel like they were pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. let your girl know. Well, anyways, you guys, that basically completes today's video. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave me some comments down below on what you would like to see next and what you guys thought as far as the foundation link, if you guys are going to try it, if you guys tried it before and it worked for you or did it work for you. I don't know. Go ahead and let me know. Anyways, you guys, that's all for now, and until next time. Bye.